Gavin Newsom was on a podcast with Sean Ryan. While he's doing a podcast, CNBC releases which state is the number one economy in America for 3 years in a row, Rob. If you can post that picture, guess what?
Bingo.
For the third year in a row, Florida's number one in economy, according to CNBC 50-state analysis for 2025. Every day, I'm at the cigar lounge the other day at the board. I'm hanging out with some of the members. One guy comes up to me and says, look, I want to let you know this. I just moved here because of the top 10 reasons why you moved to Florida. That was one of the reasons my wife. If I tell you 500 people in Florida have stopped me and told me they moved here because of that video, or people that are moving here, business owners, that's a small number. Regularly, people bring it up about the fact that they're moving here for how amazing the state is, okay? My concern is, with what just happened in New York, shit could get really crazy here in Florida. I had an Armenian family at the house this weekend. Folks I've known for many, many years. You actually know them as well. They were at the house. And I said, just want to prepare you for this. There's a city in Florida that's waiting for all Armenians. And most of the job creator Armenians that have conservative values, not the crazy nutcase Armenians that are on the leftist, LGBTQ, anything goes, transgender, do the surgery, the city owns your kids, the communists, all those guys. No, those guys stay in Glendale. Glendale deserves you to stay there. But for all the other people that are job creators, that are sensible family parents, that are like, dude, this is crazy shit what's going on over here. I want to be able to allow my kids to go outside and play at this park on Adams, or go play basketball at R.D. White or John Muir, or, go to Shoal Canyon and play baseball like a regular kid does. I'm worried about some of the stuff that's going on. There's a city in Florida that's been waiting for you guys. It's called Boca Raton. I'm not the mayor of Boca. I don't live in Boca. I used to live in Boca. Armenians will love Boca. But watch what happened here. Look what they're talking about in the state of Florida. And Tom, I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to do one last dig at Lakers, and then we'll wrap it up. Is that fair with you, Vinny?
I love it.
A tale of two Floridas, okay? Real estate industry torn over DeSantis' push to eliminate property taxes. What? This guy's going to cut property taxes? Are we serious? You didn't talk about property. Rob.
We talking about taxes?
We talking about taxes, property taxes.
We talking about taxes?
Property tax?
Not a game.
No.
Not an income.
Property taxes.
Not a game.
Play this property tax DeSantis video.
What is going on?
And I'm going to read this article. Go for it, Rob.
Their citizens to higher taxes, such as higher property taxes, to pay for these spending habits. And, these property taxes, it's like you buy a home, you buy land, maybe you buy the home outright, but maybe you pay off a mortgage over 30 years. And then, okay, you've paid off the mortgage, you bought the land, you've been taxed many times. It's like, is it your property or not? Just for being on your property, you got to write a check to the government every year. So you're basically paying rent to the government to live on your own property. And our homestead exemption is not strong enough to help these folks because the property gets assessed so high. And that's the thing. If you buy a home for $300,000, and there's certain tax, well then what? 10 years later, they say it's worth $700,000, and so, and they say, there's homestead stuff that helps protect you to a certain extent, but you're paying more, and a lot of people can't afford that. So I think that that's a big issue, and I know we're going to be really looking at ways to bring people relief from that, because I think it's been really something that's pinching a lot of homeowners, particularly seniors on fixed income. But the reality is people have seen, and this is not the state, we don't control this, we've not allowed any of that stuff to happen. We've been cutting taxes, but people have seen their property tax liability go up over these last years because the property is being assessed higher and higher. And the reality is you don't really know how much your home is worth until someone offers you money and is willing to pull the trigger on a sale. That's how a market works. You can say it's worth this much, but if no one's willing to come and offer you that much, then why should you pay taxes on that amount? And so there's a lot of things that need to be done with that.
It's a little too much logic there, and I love it, okay? It's a little too much logic there, and I love it. He's making a very good point. You paid off the house. Why are you still paying for it? Like, is this a land lease, or do I own this damn place, right? So it's a very good point. However, the Florida Policy Institute reports that property tax generates $55 billion annually, accounting for 18% of the county's revenue, 17% of municipal revenue, and up to 60% of public education funds, with Butch Husky, President, CEO, Premier Sotheby's International Realty, stating, when you look at the amount of revenue that is collected in property tax within the state and the implications, if the math is wrong on any of this, especially in the absence of clarity as to alternative funding, to suggest that an investment of $1 million, which is pittance compared to what we are looking at shifting in terms of revenue, it makes no financial or business sense. So, Tom, great idea, noble idea. Of course, residents will love it. Do you think it's going to get done, and do you think it's the right move to make?
Well, there's two steps to it. First of all, I believe that Ron DeSantis is thinking right, and what he says is, when people retire, they're on fixed income. And if they bought a place for $300,000, they sold their place in New Jersey, and they bought a place down here, he's like, the $300,000 number, that's the number you pay taxes on. So his first point is the assessment keeps going up. So if the house is thought to be worth more, then you're expected to pay taxes on it. But he's saying, wait a minute, you don't know what it's worth until you actually have a transaction. Everything else is just speculation. And things go up and down. So the first thing he's saying, hey, let's get the $1,000 rebate check and homestead discounts. Number one, that's a good thing. Number two, let's freeze property values after you buy it. So older person on fixed income bought a place for $300,000. They know what the tax rate is on it. That's what they pay. The other side of it is people in Florida, the Democrats in Florida, are hungry for the money. Absolutely bloodthirsty, hungry for the money. And they want the housing market to pick up speed, because every time a house is sold, the new higher value is the new tax value. So when home prices are going up and transactions are happening, it's really good for Democrat tax business. That's how they make it. And it also becomes, a challenge for the average person. So now, what happens if you freeze it all? If you freeze it all, then you end up in a position where you may have to consider increasing sales tax or a VAT, a value-added tax on whatever you buy. Now, the reason that people like me say VAT is fair, because if that guy wants to buy a Lamborghini, he's going to pay a tax on a Lamborghini, a big tax on it. You're going to buy a Prius, you pay the tax on it. So VAT tax is also called consumption tax. You're taxed on what you consume. Want to buy more? You're going to pay tax on each thing you buy. Don't want to buy more? Going to live a more modest life? Then guess what? The tax is far less. So I love the idea of the homestead exemption. You're being expanded, and rebate checks for the tax-paying property people. But what would interest me far more would be freezing, the counties. 'Cause remember, the counties do the property tax vintage. You know that? It's actually the county, not the state. The county you live in, and you need to say, hey, what are the property taxes in Broward County, specifically this zip code where I live? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you're at 2.1. Well, maybe Palm Beach County, Boca is 1.9. Now, I'm not getting those numbers exactly dead on right, but it'll vary a little bit. And so the county determines it. And so I think that the governor's leadership on this is going to help affordability for Florida, but you got to pay for fire trucks and police and roads and street lights at work somehow. And that's probably, if you fix the property tax problem, I think you probably need to head the direction of a VAT or a consumption tax. Gotcha. Because you got to pay for all these things.
Which hurts and helps who?
A consumption tax? It basically is fair for everybody, because if you buy more clothes and you buy a bigger car, you pay more tax, but it's the same percent you pay tax. And if you're on fixed income and you're living very humbly, you don't pay a lot of tax. You pay for food, electricity, your cell phone, you got your house,
So the money's going to come flowing from somewhere.
Correct.
Whether it's going to be from property tax or not, we got to get the money from somewhere.
But property tax continuing to reassess and go up does not help retired people on fixed income. And that's one of the points that the governor's making.
Yeah. Well, listen, the fact that he's presenting an argument the way that he does in a logical way is the reason why I don't know a lot of people that don't love their governor in the state of Florida. And if they do, they're on the opposite end. But the people that are working, what clip is this, Rob, with Newsom? Is he talking about DeSantis?
No, this is Gavin Newsom talking about President Trump, talking about him masquerading in fate.
And cusses. He cusses and he says "G damn" and tries to apologize twice. He cusses.
Go ahead,
He cusses
Just
at
to
the press.
juxtapose the two
Because
governors.
he thinks it makes him look tough. He's being coached.
Go ahead.
All that reputational damage that's being done as they're sitting there on horses with American flags running through soccer fields, scaring kids that are playing soccer in the middle of the day at a summer camp. For what? Just toughness. It's a weakness masquerading as strength. That's what I don't like about this son of a bitch.
Ooh, that's a
I don't.
President.
And forgive me, I know he's the president of the United States. Forgive me, I didn't,
Watch. Ready?
Yeah, he calls me new scum. Come on.
Because you are.
I mean, how do I explain that to my kid? Now I have my kids' friends calling my kids new scum. That I get, because I was called that in 7th grade, but not by a 79-year-old. Model better goddamn behavior,
Look at
man.
this guy, this demon.
Forgive the goddamn.
Like, just a walking, talking contradiction.
Well,
By
he's
the way,
doing good with the conservative faith vote there.
Nobody would call you new scum if you
should've
weren't a
never said that.
scumbag.
No, but that's not the.
No, I'm just
but-
saying, if
but I
it's-
just want to tell you also, I understand what he's saying. Okay, I get it. That to say things like new scum and stuff like that, it's probably not the right approach. But guess who it is? It's Trump. That's who it is. That's your opponent. So you're not going to change your opponent. You either make your opponent adjust to you or you adjust to your opponent. That's the opponent you're facing. When the Bulls are facing the Knicks in the playoffs, and after game 1 they get slaughtered, I think it's 93 or 94, Michael comes out and says, hey, if we thought we were going to come in here and take this thing, it's going to be done, we're out of our minds. And it eventually goes to game 7, and game 7 is when he calls his dad and he says, I asked my dad, what do you think I should do? He says, look, if you lead and they don't follow you, it is what it is. He says, so I went in game 7 and boom, took the whole thing. And Knicks were supposed to go to the finals. You were in New York when this happened. So you going against freaking Trump. What are you talking about? Second, he should have never said that this upset him. He should have never said that this upset him because Trump's just going to love it even more. Never. He should have never shown vulnerability there. Not with Trump. He should have never shown that.
Get ready
Because
for a
if
summer
you
of
think
pokes.
he was going to say new scum more, now he's going to say it 100 times more. No, you shape the kid's mindset before you go into politics and say, here's what it's going to look like. My son has the same name as I do. What do you think I have to prepare for this guy when he goes to different campuses and schools? Hey, son, your name is Patrick B. David. You're screwed, okay? And you are lucky. You got both. Because it's going to be both a good thing and a bad thing. You're going to go through it. You better be ready for it. When you go with we don't have a last name like Jones or a traditional last name like Martirosyan or a common last name as some of these other people. We have a B. David, okay?
It's two of them.
Yeah, it's 2 of them. Bet and David together. The Future Looks Bright hats that are the ones that never stay on the shelves, and you guys ask for more of this style, is the Future Looks Bright where the phrase is on the flipping hat. This is now, these hats, when you see these letters coming out, they don't stay a long time. And these new ones that we have, the black, is it navy blue?
That's navy blue.
And white typography. It is absolutely sick. They're not numbered. Well, we didn't order a big supply of them. We ordered a limited supply of them, so it's going to be a first come, first serve. It'll go out. We got the Miami color one. The Future Looks Bright. This one's absolutely sick. When you look at this on the inside of it, Rob, if you can show what that looks like. Right there on the back end, yeah. And then we have another one that's the gray and Future Looks Bright with the American flag. And then obviously those of you that, the community that is just obsessed with the black on black on black, this is the black on black on black Future Looks Bright.
Give me the gray.
Lot of black.
Vinny,
Lot of
We
black.
call this the Chicago Special.
no, Vinny, give me the gray one.
Yeah, the black on black on
All
black.
right, thanks. Mine now.
Yeah, the black on black is absolutely sick. But any one of these. So if you're someone that hasn't yet gotten the Future Looks Bright with the phrase on top of it, go get one for yourself. Get it as a gift. Send it to someone. Make someone's day. Buy it for your sales team. Buy it for your office. We are over 300,000 people now representing Future Looks Bright worldwide. And we're 700,000 away from crossing 1 million.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.